Good evening, Orlando. There we are. How y'all doing? It's awesome to be with you here today. So many beautiful, amazing people here this evening. Look at the person who's next to you, left and right. Tell them, you're looking real good tonight. Now return the favor. Tell them, you too. Today I want to talk to you about how you can maximize your life. How many here want to become the best versions of themselves? I'm in the right house, baby. I want to talk to you how you can propel yourself to that other level. So say that with me. I can. Oh, come on. Give yourself some more energy. I can maximize my life. A lot of energy over here. I like that. When I was a little kid and I was in elementary school, on one particular day, my teacher was assigning numbers to all the students. When she came to me, she said, Peter, you are number 2. Well, immediately something within me rejected that notion of being number 2. And I told her, I don't want to be number 2. I want to be number 1. You see, there were some important people in my life, my parents, who had already made me number 2. They gave me up to my grandmother so she could raise me, my grandmother Luda. God bless her soul. And so when that teacher said that, something within me, it was like a trigger, right? It was like a trigger of abandonment and neglect. And so I told her, I don't want to be number 2. I want to be number 1. And I could see her face. She got upset and she came from around her desk. And she came to me, and I'm a little kid on my desk, and I'm shrinking back because she's big, obviously. And she said, you are number 2 because I said you're number 2. And for a moment, I was about to, I wanted to disappear in the ground. But something within me said, stand. How many here know that sometimes you're going to have to stand for yourself, stand for what you believe? Come on. And so I stood up and I said, I am not number 2. I am number 1. Give little Peter a round of applause. And that's my message for you today. If you truly want to maximize your life, go to that next level, fulfill your dream and your vision, you're going to have to believe in yourself even when others don't believe. Even when others count you out and they tell you that business idea you have is kind of ridiculous for somebody like you. When you tell them that you're going somewhere and they're like, I'm not too sure about that. When they begin to doubt you and critique you, you have to believe even when others don't believe. Somebody shout with me, I believe. I'm trying the best I can. I believe. Say it with me, I believe. You are number 1. I don't know if like you, somebody told you that you are number 2 or number 10, or maybe that you are number 100, or you've gone through some abandonment yourself, some neglect. Some people here have possibly been through abuses, so many difficult things because life is hard. But you have to declare today, I am number 1. You are. Tap the person who's next to you and tell them you are. You are the number 1 option. You can't become the number 1 person in your industry. You can't become the number 1 person in your community. You can and you are number 1. Somebody lift up their hand and shout, number 1. Dígalo en español, say in Spanish, número 1. Let's bring out some bilingual folks in here. But let me ask you a question. How many know by the show of hands that your self-confidence will be tested? Listen, there are many steps to the journey of success and to maximizing your life, right? But the first one is probably the most difficult. It's us believing in ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong. It's cool and it's great when others believe in us because sometimes we'll need that. But today is my mission, my call to tell Orlando, people who came from all over the world is here today, that you have to believe in yourself when others don't believe. But that self-confidence will be tested. Listen, when I was in middle school, I wanted nothing more than to play in my middle school basketball team. How many here like basketball? A few people. I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. You know, MJ, fade away. Come on, any MJ fans in the house? And so I gave him my all. I went to the tryouts in the 7th grade in middle school, and to my surprise, I got cut from the team. I didn't make the team. Of course, I was upset. I was a bit disappointed, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna work at my game holistically, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go again next year, and I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna make that team. I'm gonna be the starting point guard of that 8th grade team. I went back. I gave it my all, and to my surprise, I got cut again. How many have wanted something so bad, but others have kept you out? Oh, I'm the only one. Come on, lift up your hand. I see you. Okay. So I said, you know what? It's okay. Middle school wasn't for me. I'll get them in high school, brother. So I went to high school, 9th grade, and I couldn't wait for the tryouts to come. And when tryouts came, I went and I tried out. Again, I gave it my all. I worked out on my game in the summer because, I'm a little bit short, so I was trying to shoot like Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying, right? I was trying to do my thing. And guess what? For the 3rd year in a row, I got cut from the basketball team. But I said, you know what? I'm not even going to sweat it like that, because I think there's something weird going on with these coaches. And plus, I heard MJ, I heard Michael Jordan, right? He got cut from his 9th grade basketball team. So I said, if Michael Jordan can do it, if MJ can make it in 9th grade, I can do it. Tap your neighbor and say, you can do it. So, my friends, I went back to the 10th grade. Listen to this. I went back to the 10th grade. I tried out for that team. I gave it my all. I was going up and down the court shooting with precision. I'm pretty good. Don't let the belly get you twisted. I'm pretty good. I was in shape back in the day. And I gave it my all. I gave it my all. When it came time to go see if you made the team, back then they would put a list on the gymnasium door. Kind of cool, right, for a little kid to be. And so everybody would see whether they made it or not. And so I'm walking to the list, this infamous list that I've already seen 3 times. I'm talking to somebody here today. Yeah, and I went and I go to the list and I see kids coming, smirking at me, laughing. Some kids making fun of me. I'm like, it can't be possible. I got cut for the 4th year, no way. And I went and I'm looking at Jones, Cedric, I'm looking at Billy, I'm looking at Tapp, I'm looking at, and there's no Peter Rios. 4 years in a row. Some of y'all like, you suck, that something was wrong. I promise you it wasn't that. You see, one of my friends who actually made the team told me in passing, the coach made a comment that he thought I was a trouble kid, and he didn't want me on the team because he thought I was going to start trouble. But he didn't know that basketball for me was an outlet. And so, which is really strange, right? And and part of it is true, right? I grew up in a dysfunctional family. Like I told you, my grandmother Lourdes raised me. She only had a 4th grade education, but what she did have that she gave me was her faith. Not only faith in God, but faith in who? Faith in who? Come on, I can hear you. Faith in who? In yourself. That rico tú tienes que tener fe en ti mismo. You have to have faith in yourself. And so that's my message to you today. Maybe you can relate to my story of being cut 4 times in a row, 4 years in a row. Well, let me tell you something. Maybe you've been to the bank like Walt Disney, who got rejected more than 300 times, but eventually got the loan. You are next, baby. You are next. Come on, you are next. Your time is here. Your time to unleash your greatness has arrived. Somebody lift up your hand and say, it's my time. The next thing I want to share with you, because my time is running out. They gave a lot, like 10 minutes. But that's like the introduction. I don't know what to do with 10 minutes. We got to talk to Mr. Brown. But the next thing I believe that we need, that you need to maximize your life is a spirit of curiosity and discovery. Say that with me, curiosity and discovery. Albert Einstein said this: the mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. You better tweet that, thread that, X that, whatever you do. You better do something. It never returns to its original size. In other words, right, as research shows, that when you are living a life of curiosity, of exploration, you are a lifelong learner. You're learning, you're reading, you're evolving, you're developing your skill set to be a public speaker, number 1. Yeah, you're just growing and you're developing and you want to be better. The research shows that your health will be better. How many want better health? I know I do. And so your health will be better. Stress levels go down. Who doesn't want less stress? And so that's the invitation to us today, to be curious and to discover. Can I share a story with you? So there was a man who was well off, and he was an executive, and at this time he was alone. So he said, I want to get some entertainment for my house. So he went to the local pet store and he found out what was a low maintenance type of pet. He said, brother, the best thing is probably a goldfish. He said, I'll take it. So he took the goldfish, he went home, and he put the goldfish in a small fish bowl, sir. He put the water in there. He had food. He started to give it every day. And for several weeks, everything was cool. He would go to his job. He was an executive, so he was very busy. And he would come back. He would, enjoy the goldfish. He would be sitting on a sofa looking at the goldfish, swimming 2 inches to the left and 2 inches to, why don't you move with me, ready? 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right. I see, come on, somebody back there ain't playing. Come on, 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right. I see you. But then he said, man, this fish, some time later, he thought, this fish looks somewhat depressed. He said, if I was a goldfish, would I want to be in this small fish bowl alone? Would I want to eat the same fish food every day? Would I want to be here alone without any other fish? He said, I know what I'm going to do. And he was well off, so he went and got a huge fish tank to fill up the whole, his living room wall. He said, I'm going to get exotic fishes from all over the world. So he got exotic fishes. He put them in that fish tank. He got that organic food. How many like that organic food? Some of you did. I got it. He got toys for them to swim through and to be entertained. He threw Mr. Goldfish in there. And to his surprise, the goldfish would do what it would do in the fish bowl. Swim 2 inches to the left. Come on, help me out. And 2 inches to the right. This is crazy, he said, but I think Mr. Goldfish needs some encouragement. So he picked up the goldfish and put it all the way on the other side, dropped it in the fish tank, and he stand back to look. How many believe the goldfish began to explore the whole tank by the show of hands? Y'all smart, man, y'all smart. And the goldfish did the same thing, y'all ready? 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right. Man, when I heard that story, I said, must be the craziest goldfish I ever heard about. And then something stopped me and said, you need to analyze yourself. And I was like, oh. Because you see, I was like that goldfish before, not today, before. I was living my life on autopilot. I was living my life conformed to go paycheck to paycheck. I know none of you probably don't relate to that, but I was conformed to the minimum. I was living from a fixed mindset and not a growth mindset. And so the challenge for us today, if we truly want to maximize our life, somebody shout maximize. Maximize. Somebody shout it like you mean it, maximize. Maximize. You will have to be curious and discover. You know what? We have a blue ocean opportunity. Some of you are being called to go back to school. Some of you are being provoked today. Today, you will say, I'm going to unleash my greatness and I'm about to start that business that has been hibernating for all these years. Are you with me? But I'm convinced that we need a different attitude about curiosity and discovery. Because check this out. The only limits that we have are the limits that we set for ourselves. Thank you. Applause. Give it a round of applause if you want. So they mentioned I'm a professor. I've been in higher ed in my previous career. And I believe in growing and learning. I even took a Les Brown course last year because I wanted to develop my skills. And as a professor and lifelong learner myself, and somebody who knows the power of education. How many know there's power in education? Nothing worse than an uninformed citizen, right? And so we built a course. This is the QR code. You can visit it if you want. It launched today for us in this conference. It's called Maximize Your Life. Online, convenient, asynchronous. You can do it on your own time. And if you have any questions about it, we'll be at the booth at the end of the conference. And I would love to speak with you. Is that all right? Yeah. So finally, let me finish before they come get me. How many know you have to be resilient? We need resiliency. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity and bounce back from different life events. By the show of hands, how many have gone through some difficulty in their life? Some people ain't raised their hands on. They're not being honest, or maybe they haven't gone through, but you keep on living. Keep on living. Let me ask you a question. When something goes wrong, how do you respond? You see, I ask you because many people don't pursue their dreams because they are afraid of failing. Fear grips them. But what do you have to lose? Shake your neighbor's hand, the person who's on your left and right, and tell them, what do you have to lose? Let me answer that for you. You have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. Say it with me, I will maximize my life. No, I don't have the time today to go through my whole laundry list of failures. I have many. My wife, my beautiful wife Ruby's up here. She can tell you to it at the end of the conference. But I did share some of my basketball failures right from middle school and high school, 6 years in a row being cut. But I once heard somebody say this about failure. Are you ready to hear this? Failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is a delay. It's what? Not a defeat. It's a temporary detour, not a dead end. Listen to this, my friends. Failure is something we can only avoid by doing nothing, saying nothing, and being nothing. So how about you? I know you've been through some failure. I know there's some resilient people in this house today. But think about it. All the things you've been through, all the complications. Many people have gone through so much, and you're still here. You're still standing. You came to the Les Brown Conference to unleash your aggression. Pump you up. Say it with me. I am resilient. So, and I close with this. In your pursuit of greatness and to maximizing your life, like Maya Angelou stated, you may encounter defeat, but you are not defeated. Somebody say with me, I am not defeated. Put your little finger up with an attitude and say with me, I am not defeated. So I told you about my 6 being cut from the basketball team. When I went into the Marine Corps, any active military veterans in the house? Oh, give them a round of applause. Thank you for your service. I'm a Marine. I went to the Marine Corps. I know you can't tell now that I don't want to be like, you know. But when I was in the Marines and I was stationed in 29 Palms, California, after being in Okinawa, Japan, and South Korea, there was an announcement that came to our duty base. And they said that they were looking for people to try out for the 29 Palms base team. I'm like, not again. That's what I heard in me. A voice say, not again. You can't make it. You're not good enough. Remember those last 6 times? You were an embarrassment. People even in my family told you, are you going to try out again? You're not making the team. But something else within me told me, and it was like destiny calling me, go try out. Give it your all. So I went and I gave it my all again. This is the 7th time. The 7th time. And I gave it my all. And I was running up and down the court passing. I was like the shortest brother out there. And by the way, these were all Marines, so they were in great shape. And they were mostly D1, Division 1 or Division 2 type talent. And I actually thought, you know what, this is probably the only team that I thought that I shouldn't make, right? Because those other 6 teams I should have made. Right? And this team that I tried out on in the Marine Corps was better than all those 6 teams put together, just to give you some context. And I'm not trying to exaggerate, that's the true story, right? And so the day came to go see that infamous list. And I'm like, oh man. So I'm walking. It's like, and I go, and I look at the list, and I see Gillen, I see Colson, I see Tapp, I see Brandon, Peter Rios. I saw Peter Rios on the list. My message to you today is this. Don't give up. You're this close to your victory. You're this close to a breakthrough. You're this close for your business to take off. Come on, finish is this. Are you ready to embark on a transformative journey that bridges the gap between your current reality and your greatest potential? Who's ready? Raise your hand. If you are able, would you please stand? If you're able, please stand. If you can't, it's okay. Just leave your hand up. Put your hand up. Put your finger up. You're number one because you are number one. I don't know what people told you, who was against you, who's been doubting you, but you came here today to hear this message. You are number one. Come on, give me some more energy. You are number one. Say this with me. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am confident. I am confident. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I can. I can. I will. I will. I must. Maximize my life. Orlando, it's your time to maximize. Thank you. God bless you.